And we're back. Howdy, fellas.
Hello. Hello, everybody.
He's back.
What is
Back in the
happening?
saddle. So, let's see. Who do we have? Drone Shots is here. Eating more possum. Brent, howdy. 107. Barclay, that means Jenna's round. Chuck, which means Lori's round. FTFO, Lee McCready, and Tennessee isn't the same. Yeah, because Dad's no longer there.
That's right. I left my mark on Tennessee. I liked it. I enjoyed my trip there. Tennessee was nice.
Well, did you enjoy your vacation?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, it's different. Just different. I'd never been in the deep south like that. And it was nice. I would go back.
Now go the other way. Go back to New Orleans.
Yeah, I would go to New Orleans. Is New Orleans? You know, it was good, and Nashville was fun too. I think you need to spend about the same amount of time in both places.
No, I want to go back to New Orleans bad, but apparently this summer we're going to Cleveland for a couple of days.
New Orleans was very quiet. It was not busy. Like, I guess the people that were there were saying that it was not as they were experiencing much quieter, less activity. And that was their shtick.
Well,
so how you been? What you been doing?
I've been playing.
Busy playing.
I reduced my quad inventory. I got rid of a few of my smaller quads. So now I'm going to have to build something else. Darn it. And then, I've made a little purchase right there. You kind of see it there at the edge of the screen.
I do see it.
So that's, where is that thing? There we go.
Now, can you pull up your camera? Can you link into that camera?
So there's the outside of it. And get this thing to start up. You see the screen. It has a big screen, like 4.3-inch screen on that puppy. It's fairly decent size. James Barreca here.
They've got their little feed sensor, and you're running PTG Plus, right? Is that what you were?
That's actually what I'm running there is Rapid PLA Plus.
Oh, that's the fat. Yeah, I can do that same stuff. I've never tried it though.
This thing will do all of them. I mean, it'll do the carbon fiber infused stuff, the nylon carbon fiber, PLA carbon fiber. There's like several different flavors of it. So, and then I can do this. So let's go share something. Share a screen. Share window. And here it is. And here is the interface was the computer. I push on this button, it turns on the lights. Because it actually has lights inside.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, mine just has the lights in the that are in the camera unit itself, but it's
and like I said, I mean, I'm just gonna while we're chatting here today, I'm gonna go ahead and hit and print out the Benchy one more time. We got to select which side of the built plate we have because it has a two-sided built plate.
mm-hmm.
One is for cold bed, the other one is for hot bed. I've got the A side on it. So I can just send it. And it'll fire up now. Do its little thing. What you see in here on the side, this little rectangle thing, that's actually a poop chute. There's a scraper there.
Oh, nice. So
this thing is prepared for multicolor thing. They
that's nice.
Just hadn't been released yet.
Yeah, it's nice that it'll put it somewhere. It'll put the poop in a specific spot. Mine just thrown onto my workbench. Right now, the way I've got it set up, it just shoot. I could make a bin. I just haven't done it.
That camera hangs up every now and again a little bit, but I mean,
yeah,
I really don't care about that too much.
Can you record a time lapse?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. I just decided not to do it.
Yeah.
Up here, it gives you print time. So it says 15 minutes, 29 seconds left on this print. We've got 192 layers in total to print for this thing.
Speed.
Like I said, I can turn on more fans on it if I wanted to. This right here is the exhaust fan. That actually has a carbon filter on it to evacuate the air outside of the chamber, but it goes through a carbon filter. So.
Yeah, that's super nice. I definitely would like to go that direction. I just like the simplicity of a single filament printer. It's just so simple and nice. There's a huge advantage, of just printing one thing, one color, one material, not having to.
Yeah, I was not for now. I wasn't too worried about being able to print multiple colors because I hardly ever have use for that.
Yeah.
Most of my pieces are rather small because it's usually just bits and pieces that I print to go onto a drone, So let me zoom this back out of here. And wrong direction. So I'll just leave it. So while this thing is doing its thing, I'm going to do this. So this is just something I just printed this afternoon. And this is actually the bucket that goes under the poop chute in the back to catch whatever cutoffs there are. And they made this as a small, a miniature version of the printer. So it's got the markings on it.
Little model.
Just like the printer does. So, I mean, you can see there's a little bit of ghosting going on here and there, but I mean, it's probably one of the cleanest prints I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's good. It's a nice smooth printer,
And
and
I
like
don't know if you can hear any of the noise that thing is making in the background, but the noise levels are not intolerable.
well, so there's a lot of people that don't know what printer that is and stuff. So you got to give it
Okay.
some.
So this is the Elegoo Centauri Carbon. And carbon makes it enclosed, and it gives it that carbon filter on the back on that exhaust fan. So there's two fans on the back of this thing. One that brings air in, and the second one that pulls air out. When you print the carbon fiber filaments or ABS, you want the chamber to stay as warm as possible. Right now, the chamber here reads 32.7 degrees. That's what? Somewhere around 90 degrees, 95 degrees. So that's, you might even want that warmer for the more difficult to print unit. So yeah, this is the Elegoo Centauri Carbon, and it sells on the Elegoo website for $299. With shipping and everything, what I paid like $330 out the door for this thing.
Yeah, it's you can't beat the price. I mean, yeah, even the wait time. I mean, just takes a little bit. You just got to be patient. But these guys are. I like the out of the box, set it up, plug it in,
Yeah,
and
so I
print.
spent about 10 minutes unboxing that thing and pulling all the stickers and everything off. Then pull the 3 screws that hold the bed and plug in the screen and hang it in place and all that. And then it has about a 30-minute self check. And it takes every bit of 30 minutes too. But it does, it runs a complete diagnostic on itself, plus does the bed leveling and everything else. So this for the money is absolute gold.
It's not a. It's it. I think I like the idea that everything's like somebody made commented that the printers just keep improving. The print quality improves. You know the experience using it. There's no you can literally start a little business if you wanted to. If you had items that you could print out. I actually have something.
Well, you need to be careful was that Etsy just got in a big hissy fit about 3D printed products.
Yeah.
So there's a little trouble in paradise about that.
What was the issue?
I think there's too many copyright violations
Yeah.
with an Etsy where people are printing other people's designs.
Yeah.
And
Easy.
that they had a big shakeup on Etsy about it, and Etsy has changed their rules.
This right here is an Etsy print.
Yeah, stealing models.
This right here in my hand is an Etsy print. This is from Ken Dono.
Uh-huh.
And just to give you some background on it, I haven't had a chance to use it yet, but I'm actually.
Is that for a DJI mic?
Yeah, it's the DJI mic. I just wanted to try it out. But the print quality is, just looking at the layers, it's really good. It's a flat black. But I did the engineering on it's nice. I mean, they just I don't know where the print came from. I don't know what he used or whatever. I believe they design, they just like anybody, you can just take somebody's print design, re-engineer it, change a couple of things on it.
Yeah. Well, and
I'm not
that's
saying that.
exactly the problem. People will steal the design, and Ken had a big rant about the his design being stolen, but I mean that's just nature of the beast. When you develop something, somebody else is going to copy the blessed thing, and it's a huge problem when you have product produced in China, because the Chinese don't litigate copyright claims.
Yeah.
And you sent your design to the manufacturer, and somebody's gonna end up with your design in their hands, and they're probably to market before you're getting to market with your product. So that's
it's just a nice it's a nice
but we're
printer.
about, let's see, we've got about 5.5 minutes left on this print. You can see that little boat taking shape down in there. I've been printing my heart out over the last couple of days.
It's been running.
Printed out one of these for the lady. So, but somehow the slicer has a problem with the thin walls on this. So there's some holes down there at the base. I have a heart. Don't start no rumors there, Johnny. Don't start no unfounded rumors. Did she decide to freeze up on us a little bit? No, she's still at it.
No, she's printing away. Early on, while this is printing, the big conversation was you can't buy anything.
Yeah, I'm kind of holding off on no, Elegoo has a max. Yeah, no, this is not 420. This is a 256 cube. This is the same size as the P1S. It does print TPU. It prints everything. It prints TPU. It prints PLA. It prints any other carbon fiber. It prints ABS. The hot end will go to 320 degrees, and the plate will go to 110 degrees, which both hot end and plate get hotter than the P1S. There's a lot of comparison between this machine and the P1S on YouTube right now. And no, this will handle anything you throw at it, apparently. Yeah, I know bamboo is on sale. Yep, Pet G. It'll do Pet G.
Yeah, the selling feature is carbon filament, carbon infused, or
well, that's the one thing I was looking for, to be able to print carbon fiber. was this printer. And I actually have a spool of carbon fiber on the way. I'm just waiting on it to get here. You know, I did, you know, after I received it, it got here almost 6 weeks earlier from what they told me it would come. There's about an 8-week wait on these things because they're so darn cheap.
Yeah, there's you know, for the equivalent in an S1, you know, you're gonna pay, you know, $500.
And the plate is fitted onto the tray. You know, it has 2 raised corners on it to where you just slide it up against the back corners and let it down. You know, it's magnetic, just like, you know, all of them are these days. And that little lever that you see on the side of the hot end, that's actually a filament cutter. When you go to change the filament on this thing, it'll bring that print head to the front and right and actually push that cutter up against an edge on the housing to cut the filament to where you can pull the filament out.
Yeah, if you want to buy a single color S1, it's going to be $399. You're going to pay another $100 from Anycubic.
Yeah, and I know what you blow your bank account on, Chuck. But if you're not telling, I won't tell. So
I'm personally interested in the simplicity of a Bamboo Labs, you know, because their selling feature is, you know, we cost a little bit more money, but we work right out of the box. You know, you can just take it out and turn it on. You know, that's their.
yeah. The only thing I will say about this one is the noise levels. Okay. We got noise levels, and with any new product, there's a little bit of teething issues. Well, we're done.
Yeah, for the Bamboo, you're going to pay for the single color, 400.
Here
So
it is,
$499.
fresh out of the printer. There's a little bit of stringing, but that's so freaking minimal.
Yeah, that's fast, and it's, you know, it's hollow, and the sides are nice and smooth.
So I would say this is a very good print.
Yeah, that is.
And 15 minutes for Benchy, that is nothing to sneeze at. So I'm pretty, yeah, only a 50 Benchy. I know what you mean.
That boat looks familiar. Oh yes.
So, but yeah, for the money, it's an excellent way to get into the more exotic filaments. Um, the slicer that comes with it is a variant of the Orca slicer, or you can just download the latest Orca slicer and let me pull it up. Fire up the old Orca slicer. That's the other thing that's kind of neat about this thing. Whoa. Okay, or share this. There we go. And then I can go up here and make sure I'm on the right, and I'm not. Oh, we got to put it on. There we go, like there we go. Okay, and now I can just close that, go on device, and I have that same interface with an Orca. So here I go to prepare. Then I print it out up here. I can print straight from the, it's all wireless. And you get your preview and you get your device when it's actually printing. You get it all in one platform. Yeah, my live on air sign is out. I forgot to turn it on. Forgive me. But yeah, no, having it all right here. You do your slicing, you send it to the printer, you can monitor it within. I mean, it's just convenient. Well, this is the Orca slicer, which is apparently the same thing that Bamboo uses, or Bamboo uses a fork of it. So, no, it has nothing to do with saving energy. It has everything to do with somebody showed up with pizza, and I ate pizza instead of turning everything on like I was supposed to. But here, so you feel better.
There we go. Now it's official.
And now I get something to show to you because you haven't seen this thing yet.
Oh, let's see it big though. There we go. Go big. There we go.
How much bigger do you want it?
Well, I want to see the plane. I don't want to see my head. What you need to do is print yourself out your own picture, your own likeness, and put it in the cockpit.
Well, funny you should mention the cockpit.
That's what she said.
Because the cockpit comes off. And this little guy is sitting on this little raft in there. You see that little outline in there?
Yeah.
It comes out with 2 screws. So I can just pull that whole base and the dude out and print me up on my new fancy printer over there something to hold a pan and tilt, and stick a pan and tilt in the middle of this cockpit.
I think
And
you should
that'll
stick
have
my
your-
bobblehead in there. You should stick my Dad Random bobblehead in there. Fly with it.
Now, ain't he cool? You got the shades and everything going, and we got a bit of a dashboard going there too. So I'm thinking I'm sticking pan and tilt camera or camera on the pan and tilt in here, and I think the canopy is clear enough to look through, be able to fly. So
Yeah, it's perfect for that. It's perfect setup.
I was also looking at a P-51 when I looked at that plane, and I was kind of leaning toward the P-51, but the way
You need to put this in there.
the ball hit,
Yeah. We have to go off script a little bit here.
yeah, well, I'm gonna start easy. I'm just gonna put a pan and tilt in there. Eventually, I'll probably put the Walksnail gimbal system in it. Yeah, the 51 Mustang is cool, but the freaking cockpit on it was so darn small. Trying to get a gimbal to fit in there is going to be a little bit tricky.
Yeah, Kai always has another reason to do something.
So, besides, this one here is a way more forgiving as far as flight characteristics as a P-51. So, but to get back, let's get to the whole elephant in the room DJI thing.
Let's look at this first.
Let's look at what first. What do we have?
Let's look at the P-52. I'm going to name it. And you never name your P-51 Mustang. I'm going to call my grill the P-52.
That's a nice grill.
That's the current image of what it is. That's the work I put into it.
The current situation.
Yeah, so you get the advantage of seeing it first before the video comes out. There it is. That's the current state of affairs of the grill. The big, beautiful barbecue build. So I just thought you'd see it first right there.
All right. Well, now that we got that out of the way, let's go back to
excuse me. Oh man.
Let's go back to yesterday when Drone Camps Justin came on the air screaming bloody murder that DJI completely zeroed out their inventory in the online store worldwide. No more DJI, no nothing. Well, as it turns out, worldwide was maybe a little much on his side. What I think he did, he went on his computer and then changed to a different country and tried to see if there was available there. And because they didn't recognize his computer being in the States, it was just not happening. So anyway, anybody else still gets inventory off of DJI's website, but the US at this point. Apparently, DJI zeroed out the inventory on the online store.
Well, right, yeah, they're just you can get it like we were, you'll probably get to the point where we're talking about. Yeah, you can get stuff, but you're going to have a buddy who lives in Canada or.
Yeah, no, I have seen a video where a guy asked 2 questions point blank at DJI. One is, will there be any more service available? So for those of us that already have DJI product and need to send it in for service, they still service them and they still have parts to service them with. But DJI right now cannot get any product into the US.
Yeah, it's done.
And it's not, I don't know if it's a customs issue or a tariff issue. It's probably a combination of the two. But right now, DJI cannot get product into the US. Whatever product they have on hand, they zeroed out on the online, so they keeping that product back for service issues. So if you wrecked your Mini 4 Pro and you send it in, they got something to fix your Mini 4 Pro with, rather than they're giving priority to their existing customers rather than new customers.
Yeah, you're going to get your occasional. I mean, if you want to pay for it, you'll be able to get pretty much. You can get anything you want. If you can.
There's still vendors that have product, so I actually went on Race Day Quads and ordered another 04 Link for another build that I'm going to have coming up. but DJI, Amazon still sells products, so you still can get the Neo off of Amazon, whatever. There's still other parts available through Amazon. And if you want to buy an 04 Pro unit these days, if you have enough money, you can buy that off of Amazon too. But
after $3,000, I can buy my Mavic 4 from Japan, let's see, Adorama.
he said, Chuck says Mavic 4 is on back order at Adorama till August.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all by the Parrot and Nafi USA. I think the Nafi USA was discontinued too. I think the only Parrot you can buy right now is the AI one. What's it, the Nafi AI, whatever that thing is called? Oh,
Yeah. The whole drone thing is screeching to a halt. So it's not.
See this one right here, the Parrot and Nafi AI.
Yeah.
It's so ugly, it's pretty again.
No, it's just they took a really good thing and pretty much slapped it in the head.
Well, I mean, DJI did send a letter or whatever to the White House, or somebody that something's going on there.
China's going to need to freaking submit to our trade demands. Period. Done.
Well, they already have.
They've got to submit to 0.0, and I don't know why they wouldn't. It's so stupid. I mean, they got nothing to lose to not have a tariff. Period. I mean that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. I mean, they make so much stuff, but
yeah,
there's just people are just it's just power, it's a power thing. Now we got war going on, so it's.
I was wondering. I mean, frankly, Walmart has nothing but Chinese products on the shelves anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, how much longer can Walmart hang on with inventory?
Well, it's going to come down to dollars and pressure and that's gonna make somebody relent. And
well, I mean, let's get back to DJI products right now not to be had on the DJI website. There are plenty of other sources where you can get them from.
With exception, right now, you can get the Mavic 3 really cheap on Amazon. Very cheap. If you want a Mavic 3, you can get one. They're $370. You can get a controller and a Mavic 3. So if you want to go there, you can still do that. I'm a very practical person. I've got, you don't chase something that is winding down. The drone industry is turning into a toy industry. And the FPV guys are gonna, they'll always have stuff to do because they can mix and match and reuse. That's what you're doing. So there's things to do. Well, I mean, I was looking at a frame today. I'm like, oh, cool, man. There's a great frame. That's awesome. V30. I think it was Just another whoop, 3-inch whoop, but you have to go find your own. I guess I could just tear the air unit out of that, that 20, the Pavo 20, and stick it in the V30. I mean,
Yeah, I mean that's what a lot of us do now is
yeah. The only mistake I probably made was I should have bought
reevaluate.
another air unit. I should
And
have 2 air units. I should have bought another 04.
This next product I want to talk about kind of goes into this, and it's this little booger right here. This is a product that Fly will come out with, and it took me a minute to digest what this thing actually is. This is a housing that the camera from the 04 Lite or the 04 Air unit, the non-pro Air unit, will fit in. And it will make it, let's see, there it is. Here's the 04. You stick the 04 unit in the back of this thing, and it makes it to be the same size as the 04 camera for the Pro unit. And it has a little macro lens on the front here that gives you the full 155-degree view that you used to was the Pro camera, not that severely limited 04 Lite field of view of, what is that, 110 degrees. So apparently somebody found out if you take the macro lens off a Pocket 2 and stick it on the front of the Lite camera, it gives you the full field of view that you want out of the system. So now we can get the 04 to look like the Pro, and they also have one to make it the size, have the mounting pattern for an 03. So if you have an older frame, that's an 03 frame, you can get the 04 Lite into an 03 frame now. And then there's this one here, which slides on to this other part. These guys right here, let's bring this up. This thing, which is something that Flywoo developed to use, was whoops. This one actually has twist on ND filters, and then it's outside to outside. It's like 18 mil, which is kind of an odd measurement. I don't know how they come up with that, but anyway, these housings will accept ND filters. So we got ND8, ND16, and ND32, and just a UV filter. So I do have a housing, and actually I've got 2 of the 04 Pro housings and 1 filter set coming. And I've got 2 04 Lite units. One is here already, the other one is on order. And then also bought this guy right here, which is a housing for the board.
Yeah.
And it actually, let's see. Here it is. There's the bottom view of that. So you get the 25.5 by 25.5 mounting, and you get the 20 by 20 mounting. So this mounts the same way as the 04 Pro VTX. And it's got the cooling for the board. So it's going to protect the board. It's going to cool the board. We're spending more money. So we're spending another $25 on the Lite, but now we can Now we can see, and we don't run danger of overheating that thing just by plugging it in.
Right. More weight.
Yeah. Now the jello issue, I've flown the 04 light, and I haven't seen any jello while flying it, but the recordings are full of jello, and apparently you need to turn off Rocksteady. You need to put Blue Jay on your flight controller so you can put it to the 48 kilohertz refresh rate and the ESC, and then make sure that the camera cable is not binding the camera in a way where it's shaking the camera around.
Yeah, it can't be touching the housing.
So
I've had on and off success when if you have the cable just right,
well, that is a beta FPV Meteor issue, was that cable and the housing, and it's that canopy they made with it. If they would have redesigned that canopy just a hair, we wouldn't have that problem. The canopy is just too light. There's too much jerking going on.
whole lot of jerking going on.
So anyway, so I've got this product here coming.
I was just looking at that. I was just looking at how it mounts. So you got to put the camera in one of the housings, and then the lens twists on the other.
Actually,
Plug and
on
play
this one,
version.
the filter just slides in front.
Well, I'm talking about the lens, the wide angle lens. I don't give a shit about a filter right now. I just want
The wide angle lens is built into this housing. You don't twist that on anything. The wide angle lens is built in.
Oh, this is what I'm looking at. So let me show you what I'm looking at. So I don't know what if I'm looking at the same. Let's see here. Not that one. This one right here. See that image? See how that piece here will twist onto that part right there?
What part twist on the what?
Well, that's two pieces. The camera's in the lower end, and then the upper end holds the lens, and it twists onto the front. So this way here,
thing slides over that other thing.
Yeah, it goes together and twists.
No,
I think
it doesn't twist.
it doesn't twist.
This one does not twist. This one just slides right over the top.
Okay, there's some little ears on there. I noticed.
Yeah,
that
that is for the other. That is for the other system where you. That is for their ND filter set on this other mount.
Oh. I'm just looking at the. I'm just was confused as to what holds what and where the lens is.
This is the round filters.
Yeah.
And they sit that part slides into or over the camera now.
Lens mount.
And then the ND filter screws on the front of that. What I show them that?
They got that part there.
Down here.
There's that. I see. There's the lens. Yeah. That twist on. So it twists onto those little.
Okay. That's what those tabs are for.
Oh, okay.
But that other the macro lens, which gives you the larger view, that is something that slides over the top of it.
They don't have
They're
any
not
images of
really
that.
doing a good job of explaining that on their website. But
Yeah, they just need a video. But it's interesting. It's definitely cool because I don't know. I just wish they would have put the right lens on it in the first place. Once again, but those are good solutions. I think that's great. I think Flywoo's made a great effort.
Bibles always been pretty good about coming up with solutions, and this is definitely one that I'm willing to play with because it gives you.
Yeah,
I mean, these parts are allegedly 3D printed, so. But no, the ND filter slides into the front of this, and you have the same dimensions as an 04 Pro camera now, was the same mounting as an 04 Pro camera, which the mounting pattern of the light is just, I don't even know where to begin. So, RJ's aerial. Sup, everyone? Howdy, fella. I guess I'm gonna have to smurf you. That's
yeah. There's a huge advantage, and we had that discussion. There's a huge advantage to the '04 period. Whether it's the Pro or whatever, as far as transmission and penetration, getting around. I was very happy with flying around with it, but like I said, the video was that I received from it until I put the Pro in. The Pro was like, oh my gosh, this is
so
this is the best air unit ever.
Everybody say hello to RJ's aerial. She's our newest moderator. Apparently, he knows everybody here because he knows Mikey, Jody, Jim, Barkley. But Barkley knows everybody. So I don't know if that's necessarily something to shoot for. But of course, I'm kidding, Barkley. All right. But yeah, no. I'm interested to see what this is going to be like. If this gives me the full view like we get out of an 04 Pro, then that's really all I need. I don't care too much about the recording quality at this point. I want to be able to fly and have the range and penetration of the 04 system. If I have that and the same field of view out of this, then this is absolutely worth it to make the slight modification. And you've got the mounting of the 04, so I have another Atlas 4-inch frame laying here, and this one is probably going in that Atlas. And then the ultralight, AOS ultralight, I'm taking a Pro unit out of it, sticking in the 7-inch, and put one of these into the 5 ultralight. Barkley's not blue. He's not, is he? Well, shoot. We better fix that. Why are you not moderated? You must not have been subscribed. That's what it is. All right. Barkley, you've been smurfed. Whoa, this is psychic. So
Is there?
Barkley is like, yeah, there we go. I don't know. Everybody's coming to me about German chocolate cake. Never heard of German chocolate cake till I came to the States.
it's chocolate cake with coconut in it, right?
No, it's actually it's named. It has nothing to do with Germany. It's the guy that invented the cake. His name was German, apparently.
Who's this German guy? Hmm?
Yeah, he was just a baker. So, yeah. Well, I'm still working on that thing. I'm running into a few technical issues, mostly how to secure the freaking flight controller in it. But that's still going to be a project too. You haven't even seen that one yet, have you?
Nope.
Let's see. Go back up this plane and get to the other. All right. There you see the flight controller in question that don't want to stay put. And then just for giggles, I'm just going to put that thing on here. So the VTX is going to live on top here where it's getting good airflow on it. And then the camera is actually sitting right there in the nose. And for that, I had to design a little mount to where that little booger sits in there and secure. So all I'm going to do is take a little glue right there on the edge, put a little bead of glue on either side just to hold it or it doesn't come loose accidentally. That's the battery compartment.
I want to see the camera rolling when you throw that in the air.
ESC is down below, receiver is down below. That's the servo for the elevator down in there. And then you have the servos under the ailerons on the other side. And you got the motor.
I want to see it flying. I want to see the VTOL fly.
The VTOL, I'm just having an issue with the ESCs on.
I know. I still want to see it fly. That's the only drone. That's the only drone I'm interested in right now. If I can think of any drone that I would like to fly, that I would look forward to just getting in the air, it's that SMO VTOL or what's it? What's the
ZMO?
ZMO, yeah, ZMO. That thing is freaking just neat.
You want it? I'll sell it to you.
Yeah, but it's freaking don't work. You know me. I need it to freaking work.
No, it works.
Oh, out of the box. It needs to work.
It works.
Maybe we'll. I got to see proof that it flies.
Where am I?
I want to see flying proof. Get that camera out. I know you put it all back together. Kelly literally freaking.
Yeah, Sir Crash a lot.
Sir Fix a Lot. Sir Fix a Lot is your name, and he's Sir Crash.
That was Sir Crash a lot. Yeah. Oh.
Now is that 03? Does that have an 03 in system in it?
No, it's got the original air unit on it.
Oh, I can't fly that. I don't have anything. I'd have to get goggles.
Go with it.
The old school goggles.
I still have the goggles.
You have to fly that with the with the black controller.
No, actually, I put a
Oh, that's right. You got you're flying it with a what protocol? You said
I put on Crossfire. I put that puppy on Crossfire.
to me right now the untouchable product is the 04 air unit. The most useful DJI product right now.
There is the VTOL going up.
Going up. Once you got it out of hover mode and you got it into forward flight mode, everything was good, right? In transition.
Oh, there it goes.
Ooh! Oh my God.
On this flight, I put it back down because it was nose heavy.
Yeah, because you're what camera did you have in it?
This is actually goggle footage right now.
Yeah, for what you have in the nose to weigh it down.
I put the Osmo Action in it.
Action 1. Do I even have that? No, I don't have one of those. Got Action 4. God, that Action 4 is probably worth $1 gazillion right now. That's your action footage?
No, that is the second flight on. Like I said, I've had some issues with it.
This is the most valuable drone in America right now.
Yeah, that's when I pulled the camera out of it.
This right here. This is the gold standard of American droneage right here. This could be the last DJI drone ever purchased. That thing is absolutely, I don't even want to fly it. I just want to look at it. Oh, I think it's taco time.
It's taco time. Yeah, well, we've gone over already, so.
Yeah, I'm getting my phone call.
Taco time.
Taco time.
One last hurrah.
Yep. Holy crap.
I guess I can mention real quick is these little guys.
Yeah. Knock them out. 1,700. Probably fly. That's 5-inch with that. Excuse me. Dang it.
To give you an idea of what it looks like on the quad, this is the 5-inch Seeker.
Yeah. That's kind of max, right, for that? the 6S?
I don't know. I've flown the 2800 on the other 5-inch without an
Yeah.
issue. So
Does it feel good though?
yeah. No, I'm really happy. I was looking for a large battery on the larger end.
Yeah.
I didn't need a super high discharge rate. These have a discharge rate of 95C.
Yeah. Which is plenty.
Yeah, it's the version 1 of the race line, R line. Old Tattoo had them in stock in California and on sale, and a hell of a lot cheaper than you could find them anywhere else. Just put it this way.
Yeah, our line's been pretty much the gold standard for batteries. That's for sure. Yeah, that's a good build. That's a nice design. You know, I like you've got your GPS, you said, in the front.
Lee's having a meetup on Saturday at 9 a.m. in San Antonio, Great Northwest Soccer Fields. So if anybody wants to ask is local, come on out.
So what's he got? Fly Zone got on there. He says our new design is done in our Quad Mafia frame.
Yep. Where are you having them cut at? CNC drones or CNC madness, I should say. So my first question, and I probably already know the answer to this, Mikey, is this going to be an X frame or is it going to be a dead cat? Because, yep, CNC, that Nick's good people. Always treated me right. Squished X and 5-inch. Squished X, do you have props in view or not? Because that's the last thing. I know you racers feel different about it. I know you don't care about props in view. I do. I don't like them. That's why I mostly buy dead cat frames. Just like this one. This is a dead cat. You can get this in the next frame.
Yeah.
Don't like
Bando Basher. Yeah. Yeah, the purest like the flight characteristics of the X. You get nice balance, nice tune. But I guess you get
they're doing bando bashing. I fly wide open spaces.
Yeah.
As you've seen in a little video that I showed you a little while ago, our flying field out there, the Freya, is 140 acres.
So you have a link to his frame? Yeah, if you only have a little bit, if you only have the tips of the prop that you can see, you can always. I don't mind cropping. That's not hard to do, to crop that out. I don't think that's I would. But yeah, if he's got a link, have him put the link up. All right, I got to go.
I don't think he's ready yet.
Yeah,
it's good to see you again. Hopefully, we'll see more of you now. I know you got some other stuff going on, but summer is here, and it's too freaking hot to be flying outside right now.
Yeah, we got a little cool front that came through, and I tried to fly yesterday at my mom's, and freaking it was too windy.
What's the max outside temperature you can safely fly?
Whatever you don't burn up in.
How hot is hell?
Yeah, 100 is hard, man. You will get, it just sucks because you will get overheating. It's just hot. So, all righty, Kai, I got to go. I've got
All
to
right.
leave.
Well, I'm going to go too. Everybody, it's been fun. We'll see you again all next week, same time, same place as usual. Y'all be safe out there. And one quick note, 808 State
Yeah.
had a bad motorcycle wreck.
Oh,
Really
that.
bad.
Yeah. I didn't know the. I've been commenting on his
Yeah.
Facebook, but I didn't know what happened.
He's been in a motorcycle wreck. He
Yeah.
flatlined twice on the table, apparently.
Yeah.
So he
He's rough.
is in bad shape. So if you know him, see him on Facebook, wish him the best. Let's pray for the guy. Let's get him back on his feet.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
is in bad shape right now. He's been posting a little bit, but
Yeah. He's been.
he needs some help.
His big thing was he's been doing lots of photography of the Kilauea. He's been doing lots of live Kilauea volcano stuff.
Yeah.
Well,
But he needs some help right now. So
yes, good dude.
go to his channel, subscribe to his channel, all that good jazz, and reach out and wish him the best. He can use a little pick me up. So
Yes,
that's all that's the only one thing I wanted to get out there real quick. Other than that, we'll see y'all next week. Until then, bye and adios.
have a good one.